Hello there, what is going on everybody? It is a double bonanza, 2 unboxings for the price of 1. We are looking at Geonosian Warriors and Heroes of the Clone Army. Why am I doing 2 at once? Well, I've already looked at Geonosian Warriors before, and this was actually a prize for our team at Adepticon. Big thanks to L Firespray and crew for kind of relinquishing their half of the spoils, and I was able to walk away second place consolation prize for Star Wars trivia. Heroes of the Clone Army was also in my swag bag from Adepticon. So these are the last of my Adepticon Star Wars Legion unboxings. I'm knocking them both out at once. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Also, definitely be sure to check out BattleFoam. If you check the link in the description below, you can get over there. They are having a massive sale next week, the 18th through the 11th of May, 2026. General Baggy's birthday, and you are going to see the best savings you've probably ever seen. 25% off everything except for clearance stuff, which is already heavily discounted. Definitely check out BattleFoam, and thanks to BattleFoam for helping sponsor this video. Magnaracks, cases, packs, foam, everything that you need to secure and safeguard your minis. Check them out, and link in the description below. All right, first up, it's the Geonosian Warriors. I am less super excited about these because I've already unboxed Geonosian Warriors before when they came out during, they were kind of one of the later expansions that come out during the first edition, the old art style of Star Wars Legion, and I think for the most part, outside of the new cards and enough extra core to support like a super squad, I don't think we're really getting any big surprises with this particular set. What we do have here is, I think basically on the old set you kind of got this much. And then they're giving you the extra bodies here. Now, these guys do have really cool wings. We have the wings here, but they do have kind of spindly parts. If I remember correctly, these were not the most fun to assemble, but they weren't overly complex. You just have kind of nimbly bits. I don't know if nimbly bits is a word, but that's what I'm calling them, nimbly bits. And then we have the squad leader and heavy weapons and stuff with the pike and everything here. We do have a lot of bases, and we also have our... this is all you're getting in this one, too. You're getting a lot of miniatures. This is 11 models in here, and we're going to look at the cards. This is everybody that helped work on this expansion and bring it to life. We have cards. Let's take a look at the cards. All right, so Geonosian Warriors, they do still come with the Separatist token in this particular box, as well as the new token. Although, since this is kind of, I don't want to call this an older box, because this one isn't exactly old. This was still one of the first times of the new rebranding. I think in more recent boxes, they've been getting rid of these tokens, and you've just been getting the new style. But this one does come with both. Here's the Geonosian Warrior card. They're 45 points. I have their core with 4. You can only take a heavy and a personnel upgrade on them. They 1 health, 1 courage, black die for melee, white and black for ranged at range 2, white defense die with surge to block, no offensive surge, speed 2. Basic stats. They also have jump 3, free action, incredible. They have death from above, which is also really cool. If you're above somebody else, they're not going to benefit from cover if you're shooting at them, which is super awesome. Scale, of course, helps with mobility, and then weighed down. So if you are taking objectives and things like that, you're not going to get, you're not going to be able to do all that jumpy shenanigans. So, you don't want these guys grabbing your objectives. You want these guys just stopping everybody else. That's my thought. I haven't actually, I'll be honest, I have not played Geonosian Warriors yet. But if I did, I might want to use one of these heavy weapons. Sonic Cannon Warrior is going to have 1 of each die for is ranged, still ranged 1 to 2. So you already had a white and a black, but this does give you a red die also, and also gives you scatter and impact 1 for 25 points. The Force Pike Warrior focuses more on melee. Instead of just a black die, he can do a black and a red, and has suppressive. And when you make a move action, you can flip this one and turn it into this side where you're going to have an overrun attack, which I really like that one. And then you're actually adding 2 extra dice, but they're white. So, there you go. But that's a pretty cool way that they have this going. You also have the Geonosian Warrior extra personnel card, where you can add one extra Geonosian Warrior miniature. Up until this point, they're pretty much the same that we've seen already, minus the new card art style. But this is what is all new in this pack, right? You're getting the Geonosian Warrior squad at 51 points. You're adding 5 Geonosian Warrior miniatures. Of course, they're going to gain Indomitable. They can't be transported, and their cohesion is enhanced. This is pretty standard for the Super Squad upgrades, and a lot of Geonosian Warriors. This is a cool way to do it. Plus, there's enough models and cards in here that if you wanted to just run 2 smaller size squads, you could do that. If you really wanted to, that is certainly an option. Again, that's 4. If you just ran the heavy with here, that would be 5 models. You could probably run 2 Geonosian units. It wouldn't have the official leader model, but for casual games, this would totally work. So be pretty cool. This is a great way to add a lot of Geonosians to your army. Next up, we have the Heroes of the Clone Army box. Now, while this does show Anakin and what, 5's an Echo on here, and you're also getting Rex and Obi-Wan also in this box. So you're getting 5 miniatures in here. So don't just judge a book by its cover. Don't just judge a box by its front. I feel like there's less of a selling point for some of these characters, especially in this case, like Obi-Wan, because he comes in the starter. So a lot of people probably aren't going to pick this box up, for Obi-Wan specifically. However, as of this point in time, I don't have the Republic starter yet. So this will be my first look at the new Obi-Wan, and I don't mind. I don't mind that at all. That's pretty cool. So we got our sprues there. Again, only heroes in this box. Lots of cards. Wow, that's a big pile of cards. We'll take a look at those. And hey, look at that. We got commander options. Look at all these guys. All right, we've got this. I think that's everything that comes in the box there. Okay, first off, let's take a look at our credits page. We've got that normal stuff we'd always get there. We've got the credits page here. Everybody that helped bring this to us. There we go. Let's take a look at the sprue here. Now, these are new versions of all of our clones and heroes as well. Slightly different sculpts on these guys. Obi-Wan is by himself here because, again, he did come in the starter. So look how simple he's going to be to put together. Look, torso, leg, arm, head, and base piece. Like, super easy, right? Like, what could be easier than that? Oh, and then we also have bases in there too. Yeah. But yeah, once we get to the sprue, we can see, is this, I don't know which one that is. It's hard to tell by the unpainted helmet which one they belong to. This one looks like this is Rex, based on the shoulder pad and the arm. So yeah, 5's an Echo, and Rex, I believe it's 5's an Echo that are in here, right? I think that's exactly who it is. But I could be wrong. I'm going to find out because we're about to look at the cards next. And we've got Anakin. And I think if you're trying to get the new Anakin, I think this is the place to get him. I don't know if this particular Anakin is available anywhere else yet at the moment. So this is kind of the reason to buy this box, is for these new sculpts. And again, you may already have these characters, but nothing wrong with having a new version. The models are all hard plastic. They're all updated. There's some new custom, unique, cool, dynamic poses in here. And we're going to put these guys together also. Let's look at the cards first. All right, so we do have our commander tokens, and you're not going to get any of these for 5's and Echoes because they are just upgrades. They're not individual characters. And I don't mind upgrades because they're still individual characters. They just have support. We'll go through the cards here. We're going to do these quicker. Here's Anakin. Printed. Because there's nothing new as far as the cards. The cards already existed, unless you didn't have the new version of the cards. Of course, they are all available print and play. We got Anakin, we got Obi-Wan, we got Clone Captain Rex in here. We also have Echo. I was right. It was Echo and 5's that were in here. I don't know why I wasn't sure. This is the back of those in case you were wondering. That's Echo, and here's 5's as well. And then we also have command cards. So Anakin's 1 pip. There we go. His 2 pip. And his 3 pip. I'm glad that they at least kept art on the command cards still. I do love the art that has gone into this game. It is always really cool to see these, and it's always cool to see new command cards as they come out to see as they refresh them what kind of new art are they going to come up with, and it's just great to honor the great work that these artists have done. I especially like this one. This used to be one of my favorite command cards in the game, but yeah, take that, Clankers. Just a really cool card. I love the art for that one too, of the blast coming through the droid right there is beautiful. And then We're Not Programmed. And those are the cards. Again, we also do have all the other language versions of all of the cards are also here as well, although I probably won't need those. All right, so our Geonosian Warrior. I only did one of these guys because this is one of those times where I'm like, well, I already have the exact same unit already kind of done. Not my finest paint job, honestly. I tried something weird with the wings, and like they were not my favorite. I think if I were doing these again, I'd do more wet blending on the wings. And so maybe when I get the rest of these all built and put together, I'll try a different look for this other unit. But I went with like a green skin and red outfit on these guys, and I'm not sure if I would do quite that again. Maybe a different or a more subdued shade of red. Maybe not as bright as this. Maybe more of a muddy red. And definitely more less bright for the wings. There's way too much white in those wings. But that's basically the way the Geonosian Warriors look. Now, as for our heroes of the clone army, yes, let's start with Echo. Echo's sniping. We got the fancy backpacks on these guys. And we've got fives with both guns and holsters on the side. Looking good. The only difficulty I had with any of these guys really was just a lot of them are in a kind of a leaping pose or a running pose, and it's not really difficult. But if you're gonna glue them to the base, I just recommend taking some time and maybe leaning them up against the paint bottle or something like that while you're letting them dry. Because what you don't want is Rex to be running and then falling over. All right. So that's that. Now, well, let's do Obi-Wan first. Obi-Wan looks good. This is, I think, the third version of Obi-Wan if you count the original core set, and then the celebration, or not the celebration, but the European Essen exclusive. So it's a good Obi-Wan sculpt to have, but better is Anakin, which I wasn't as crazy about this one on the shelf. I was like, wow, that's going to be a little awkward, because I think I was looking at it only like this, like maybe this way, because maybe it was a little bit below me, but like looking at it from different angles, Anakin looks incredible. Especially looking at him from below, he looks like, whoa, So Anakin is very cool. All of these guys look really cool. I am definitely digging them, and it's nice to have some alternate poses. I honestly thought about putting the heads on the clones, their human heads on the clones, but I decided to keep them with the helmets instead, because painting faces is hard, and I already have Anakin and Obi-Wan to do. I wanted to go a little bit easier with the clones, and I know I took the coward's way out, but I don't have to defend myself to you guys on that one. That's what I did. And if I feel brave again, I have plenty of other faces that I have to do. So, no, very cool stuff. This is the Heroes of the Clone Army. All right, that's going to do it for our unboxing and assembly and our look at these new models. Be sure to check them out. Also, be sure to check out that amazing BattleFoam sale all next week. It's 25% off. Very, very cool stuff. Thanks to BattleFoam for helping sponsor this video. Big thanks to my patrons. You guys are absolutely amazing and help make this whole channel possible. I will talk to you soon. May the force be with you. Live long and prosper. Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. So say we all, and always wash your socks.